afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting and riveting, amazing Propagandacast with me, your host Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda Hero, Sect Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to a riveting 1 vs 1 on Ladoga, Karelia. Yes, we're back here, but this time, no, it's with Refero. Fighting in the west for the Soviet Union, socialism. The 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps versus in the east, it's Angreifen. Fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany. Deutschland. Rolling out here with the Großdeutschland Panzerdivision. He's got Spearhead, Storm Doctrine, and Immobile Defense with double infantry Panzerfaust versus Conscript Support Tactics, Armored Defense, and NKVD Rival Disruption here for Refero with Penal Troop Infantry and Anti-Tank. Noting though he's going for a heavy conscript build here versus Angreifen. Sending troops north and southwards there to rapidly clear out as much terrain as he can. And Angreifen here is rushing southwards rapidly for the southern fuel point. With an MG42 backing up and the gunnery seems to be dispatched elsewhere. So sandbags up here, and that's probably to help defend the point, as there's otherwise not really a lot of good cover around the fuel point here. And particularly with the Wehrmacht coming from the east, all the heavy cover is actually sort of more centered around supporting the western player. So quick bit of barbed wire here. Up north point there being secured. Swiftly for Refero and the Red Army. Gonna securing territory there, noting no immediate follow-up. Gonna could it be an early sniper here for Angreifen? That'd be an interesting choice there. And there you go, more wire here. He's also wired off this bit, so the opponent can't use that bit of cover. And there you go, second gunner squad there for Angreifen. Machine gun seizing the southern fuel point, or victory point. And there you go, first shots fired here in the center. Grenadiers versus conscripts. Victory point secured here for Refero, and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps S. Petrov drops dead, left behind in the snow. And there you go, second engagement Parnis here, catching the conscript about to that sandbags. He's moving in until he's contesting the mission spot. He's going to need to bring up the MG42 fast, which he can, and with no heavy cover here, Refero's conscripts will be a bit exposed. Gunner's going for the center victory point. Second gun is got to hit, moving, it looks like also south of the stairs. So for now, Angreifen is continuing most of the northern half of the map here to Refero, and there you go, MG42 trying to catch a conscript in the south and suppresses them. Refero swiftly retreats, having absolutely nothing in the south anyway, so sort of assist. He could try to still run, but the problem is he's not getting anything from it remotely. So sweeping in here through the north to try and flank behind Angreifen's flanks there. Moving onwards, grabbing the munitions point. There's a far southern point here, by the way, but it seems like Angreifen's decided it's not important or he's forgotten about it. Big push here by double conscripts, more going to do map support. That rough nature is going to be difficult to deal with. And go Pioneers versus conscripts by the close to the west southern entrance of the Refero's base. More Grenadiers out here for Angreifen, further scrambling here, but again with 2 conscripts versus 1 Grenadier squad, it does not look good here for Angreifen. Like his best shot would have been, in this case, the MG42 being brought up. Nice move there actually. But I also would say elite troops for the concussive grenades, but with an MG42 to suppress them, that's not what's going to work out nicely. And there you go, fresh Grenadiers arriving here for Angreifen and the Großdeutschland. Back here, Grenadiers reinforcing, and no further signs of tech up yet there. Pioneers being pushed back as Refero pushes onwards. Grenadiers setting forth. MG42 they're hanging back, covering here, expecting sort of an attempt to flank around here. In fact it is, but it's deeper south here than Angreifen was anticipating against Refero. Refero's got no Molotov, so he can't easily punish the Grenadiers here for bunching up this match. Otherwise a Molotov would have been handy. Take up here for Refero instead. Support company going up. And a fresh infantry wave there from Refero. Grenadiers retreating as they no extend. We got 4 conscripts, 2 engineers here versus 3 Grenadiers, 1 MG42. And we got takeout there for Angreifen. Grenadiers heading northwards, concerned go for some light machine guns. Hey, machine gun is a bit more preoccupied on the south here, trying to catch up with the conscripts. Bit risky this far out with no support, no sort of anything really. No one wrong move here, and the MG42 is going to have to retreat anyway, so risks losing it. And he's going to have to retreat. He's just been caught in a really bad spot. His Refero is charging in here. Grenadiers are trying to move up, but I don't think the MG4 will be able to set up to anything there. Grenadiers are reinforcing. Pioneers are grabbing points up here when they probably should be moving back to build up. And there you go. Complete route here in the centre. As Refero unleashes a furious assault. Up north, Grenadiers are slugging it out there with engineers. Pioneers are retreating. Very good. But otherwise, this has more or less meant the entire of Angreifen's front has collapsed, and there you go, Refero goes for conscript support. Now that's a doctrine we actually haven't seen in some time. So here we are, conscript support versus possibly Spearhead, Storm or Mobile Defense. bunker up there for Angreifen. Like to make a nice company going up. Meanwhile, the Refero's just using as much as he can. He's sticking in where he can as well. Very good, though. There, he actually decides not to bother, possibly because he risks getting caught there laying down the sandbags. Just decides to fall back. More sandbags here as well. Very good. Thorough work. Engineers could consider laying down some mines here and there to that way try and trap up any attackers there from Angreifen. I'd like to make a nice company up. Going to use any Salfords there. We'll have to see who's going to go for any Panzergrenadiers 2-2s or half tracks. There's only a few options here versus Refero and the Red Army. In the south here, Conscript laying down these sandbags. But they will be able to run to the point neutral. Got 486 versus 470. There you go. Got those conscripts running in the face of Angreifen's Grenadiers. MD42 joining in the fun as well up north here. Pioneers with mines was about. He's obviously worried about Refero laying down mines. I don't think Refero's laid down anyone so far. Still, it is causing the Angreifen to very, safely assume at some point he's likely going to do it, in which case Angreifen does not want to hit those. $250.5 to go away there for Angreifen, also known as the Mittlere Schützenpanzerwagen. MD42 shooting northward, that's likely going to be upgraded with a flamethrower to burn through Refero's forces, though even on his own, just unupgraded can support Angreifen's troops by transporting them about and reinforce them, which is also quite handy. And it does have a decent amount of firepower. I honestly do wish it, like the one in Companies 1, had a bit of light suppression. That was actually handy in a lot of cases. I like to use it more effectively on the defense and offense. But MD42 needs to retreat, otherwise it's going to be a huge blow there to Angreifen. I mean, handing on MD42 to F9 in the early game would be quite frankly catastrophic. There you got the 250 half-track rushing in. Noting no flamethrowers being upgraded yet. Of course, might be more prioritising just getting in. In this case, he's basically blocking the machine gun there, so Refero can't get their hands on it. There you go, still steals it. Still manages to nab it. Somehow, someone rolls under the half-track and grabs it. An absolutely amazing manoeuvre that only Hollywood could truly capture. The power of CGI and The Rock. And go MD42 there. Cleared out again after them managed to ensure they couldn't actually grab and sort of crew it there. Bit of cheekiness. Our way halfway to Veterans 1. Going to use Pioneers bring up the kinetic grab and then reinforce the machine gun east, so they're going to have to pull back. And the south gun is charging into Conscript here by the southern fuel point. Some heavy fighting there. Grabbing the point here, reinforcing. Oh, he's moving the half-track a bit too far, but there we go. Quickly disgorging troops to deal fresh momentous damage to the enemy, setting the south as a backup. They can at least reinforce those. Very nice here. 250 and half tracks with generally sort of rarer for even a panzer division. Usually they only have one battalion of panzer grenadiers equipped with this. It used to be known as the Armoured Panzer Grenadier Company or Battalion, or gepanzert it. There's a little fun note there. And there goes up in with a flamethrower. With very few exceptions, there are some units that have more of that than that. Panzer Grenadiers falling up here, so yeah, flamethrower of course makes a lot of sense. The part we would have loved to see just the regular one, just move his troops about. Maybe instead lay down some Telemines, or I don't know, theoretically go for Storm Doctrine and lay down some Regal Mines. Anyways, that's just me. Oh wait, Flam Panzerwagen there ready. Two of their flame projectors are ready. Note that technically that kept three, but the third one had to be used by someone on the ground, which then would connect to the flamethrower that way, directed to the half, and there's a fuel tank, just use that as well. It's a little fun note there. Growing points in there. Panzer Grenadier arming here for Angreifen. I mean, it's going to be vulnerable there to Refero's T-70. Also, lots of submachine guns being here. The PPSH-41. Puts a healing ring. Oh, he hasn't upgraded the bunker. It's still just a hole in the ground with a few bolts on top. He must have gotten that doing everything else. That's a bit awkward. There you go, T-70 going here for the flame for a half-tech. Huge jets of fire there, sweeping the T-70. Not really doing any damage though. In the actual war, getting some fire on the tank in the right place could actually do a lot of damage. Which some Molotovs, we use that for a Molotov on like the engine area there, and it could actually set things off. It's a little fun note. There you go, Panzer quickly getting 3 kills on the contras there to try to set up sandbags. But right now he's forced to go there for the Pack 40. The Panzer up on a 40. He's always a bit on the defensive as a Refero again. The T-70 proving to be a definite issue. He still lacks the medics. And the T-70 pre-match makes it hard there for Angreifen Brothers to use his flame for a half-track effectively. Panzer getting southwards there with the T-70 on the counter that he can't easily close in, and the assault there is pretty much stalled indefinitely until he can bring up the Pack 40 to put a stop there to the tiny terror tank. Mines finally going down here for Refero. Oh, no, it's not a mine, it's a demo charge. Even cheekier. Effective here because A, you can use it to blow up the house, but if Angreifen just tried to cross through again, you can also just use the demo charge that way and blow apart the Grenadier squad. So that is pretty cheeky there. Finally got a medic bunker up, Pack 40 out as well there. More sandbags up for Refero, preparing for another fascist assault. He's going for assist 3 himself, probably hope to deal with the flame for half check, just in case he loses the T-70. Plus, of course, there's also the potential Angreifen might throw something else in there. I mean, at this point, Angreifen is known for, you know, some at least for going mobile defense and Pumas, so there could also just be the option that Refero wants to, you know, be sure he doesn't say get caught off guard by Puma either. So there's certainly a few possibilities here that could be going through Refero's mind. But Angreifen is coming to double Pack 40s, which could likely indicate he's going to go spearhead because, you know, double Pack 40s tends to be very indicative of a Tiger stall. Country charging 40, going for the fuel point there, of course trying to keep it out of fascist sand. T7 joining in, Pack 40 needs to move forwards. Overall tricky situation there. There you go, Pack 40 shoots, misses the T70. Still, it should send a message there to Refero that his tiny tank is not welcome there. Big 2 punch wise got 413 versus 461. Troops back at base here ready to go to shoot some Bolsheviks. There we go, engineers caught here being scorched. Fire burning away everything except the snow. Because as we all know, snow is made out of asbestos. Anyways, pioneers there. Oh, engineers routed away there. T-70 pushed back earlier by the Pack 40. Pioneers moving about this is in territory. Got some sandbags all the way down there. Good lord, that's thorough. That's taking the threat seriously. We're saying northwards. So we got fun from squads here for Angreifen versus the Refero as well. Very good. So good. Pack 40's moving in there. He's obviously trying to catch it. Oh, we got Storm Doctrine. So he's gone for double Pack 40s with Storm Doctrine. That's very interesting. I wonder if we actually get to see some Regal Mines. I'd love to see some Regal Mines. There you go, T-70 in the centre. Pack 40 pulled too far behind. Panzer they're still going to try and draw the attention of the T-70 long enough for the double Pack 40 in the south lane for after we need to back up and keep away Refero's forces. Scorching the lane. There we go in the centre. T-70 almost taken up with the double packs. The tiny pack front there. And here conscripts apparently aren't paying attention to the flame for half track, and that is causing them to suffer quite some nasty 3rd-degree burns. Some Third Reich degree burns, yeah. Anyways, pioneers grabbing the victory point there. Conscripts sneaking about. And we got takeover there for Angreifen. Despite being low on fuel, he's going to try and pull ahead anyways. I wonder again if we do get some Regal Mines, because we're going to say catch up the T-70 with that, or any future armor Refero might get. That's going to be helpful there for Angreifen. In the north, is going to slowly push ahead there. Looks like they will split up. One for fuel, one for munitions. Continue push here with the fuel gun backing up. Pack 40 machine gun nearby. There you go. Conscript caught here. In this case, he's using the terrain to stay clear of any anti-tank weapons by the looks of it. And there you go. Conscript being suppressed and burned at the same time. And there you go. Field gun opening up, taking directly on the flame for a half track. Conscript's pinned down with the MD-42. Pack 40's nearby in the base. Troops getting ready again. And the flame for half track goes down. Bit of a blow there to Angreifen. Nice win there for Refero, who still has his T-70 in one piece. Still managed to grab the northern point here, taking advantage of Refero's increasing intensive push to the south to sweep in and slice up in the north there. Good work. Mortar out here for Refero and the Soviet army. Back here, take up done. Also got a mortar on the way there for Angreifen. Provide some light artillery support there for his men. Not a bad idea at all. Not a bad idea at all. Moving towards the centre as well there. Noting no Grenadiers upgraded yet. No. Oh, he's getting ambush camouflage. And the Panzer Grenadiers, so good, so good. Seems like it's starting to catch on there with ambush camouflage and Panzer Grenadiers. That's very nice. I'm surprised it took that long, but still, it is very handy. Mortar fire raining down. Hitting the southern points here. Pack 40 is falling back. Conscript northwards. And we got Wow, we got rapid conscription. Holy smokes, you don't see that ability used a lot. Not because it's bad, it's just a lot of abilities just tend not to be sort of factored in by a lot of players because it actually requires some setup and all. And there you go, bun grenade off plus the bit of ambushing there, getting some damage in there, but forced to retreat. Still interesting time there, because he's not expecting, I think, some massive engagement, so he might have gone off a bit too early. But again, you know, all of these abilities do require a bit more thought and sort of setup to sort of use them properly, which tends to mean, you know, a lot of players just never use them. But if you know how to use them, again, they can be quite effective. I mean, just for example, you just keep up pressuring with more conscripts, and at some point you just end up getting almost just endless conscripts, at which point you can just use them to reinforce other units rather than have to, you know, replace them. So there's some potential there for some cheeky stuff. Anyway, support McCall going up here for Angreifen. Panzer is reinforcing again. Smoke string down here from, I believe, Refero? I think so. Interesting setup there. Not entirely sure what he's planning for. Counter up north here with the Gundies. In this case, the rapid conscription didn't work out. Again, the timing was a bit off, but ultimately, you know, you have to use the ability consistently to actually get the timing right. I mean, so that doesn't particularly matter. They might have gotten a bit wrong. Meanwhile, though, we got the T-Fit Forceman 6 on the way there for Refero, and the 2nd Guards Mechanized Corps. In the south, conscript 6 points before retreating. Angreifen is back in a rather defensive state. He could maybe consider Fuel Cache to offset some of all of this. I mean, he's got plenty of manpower. He's got, you know, plenty of other staff, so I mean, he could maybe consider investing some of the manpower into fuel caches. He could maybe want to get out of Stuck first, then again, he's got double pack 40, so that might not be as big a priority. Back here, troops reinforcing, heading for the southern point here again, and we got the T-7 joining Panzer hitting a flare mine as well, losing Ludwig. Refero now also following up with a max machine gun. North conscripts there beaten back by the Gundies in some brutal fighting. Panzers they need to retreat, they're already low on health. And far up north, the T-54 strikes at the Grenadiers. He has to retreat those now before they get wiped out. Even then, they could still end up being wiped here by the T-54 6, with the conscript, particularly for the conscripts, moving up here to try and get a wipe as well. There we go, hitting the dirt. Arriving it off. Oh, nicely timed there, forcing retreat here. T-54 moving it and obliterates Heinrich. So Angreifen here is both trying to push north and south at the same time. And suddenly getting hurt there by Refero, who's quick to embrace armoured tactics. South there seems to be stalling up a bit as well. They got some pioneers sneaking about. They got 341 versus 455. Refero is definitely building up a lead here over Angreifen. Back to base, the healing enforcement. Panzer IV is closing in there. Interesting fortune. There you go, double pack 40 shoot. We got lots of mines as well from Refero. Very good. He's definitely been laying down a lot more mines all of a sudden. Keeping the fuel point out of Refero's hand. Close one there for Angreifen. And there you go. Packs beginning to shoot again at the T-70. And up north, the T-50 moving about more to expose in a really bad spot. They're bound up to be going to do setting out. Ooh, mines going off left by the mortar. 16 points in the south. Punches they hit another mine from Refero. Very good mining again. Contrast here, taking heavy fire from both mortars and grenadiers, and the T-54 is also threatening some damage. Panzer IV is finally on the way there for Angreifen for the fatherland. What is east? Laying down S-mines again. And we got another smoke string this time directly on the MD-42 here by Refero. Not bad. Meanwhile, field gun. Firing at the Grenadier advance force and Angreifen to either risk it or disengage, I think. Ooh, straight into the S-mines here. Even joining him with a band grenade just in case, though he's going to need to reinforce those Panzer Grenadier. Sadly, he doesn't have that half-trigger round anymore. But we do have the Panzer IV just about to hit the battlefield and give Refero a bit of a rougher time. Bit of manpower float again. I do increasingly feel like he really should consider some fuel caches here versus his opponent. Panzer IV there setting out, and we got a Katyusha rocket launch here for Refero. Clearly thinking he wants to put pressure on our Angreifen support weapons and infantry. I think he's got enough here with the T-54 and 6 and the Cis-3 field gun to deal with any armor Angreifen might get. Panzer IV moving through the snow. Driving the point here, back here, troops reinforcing, punch guns there. Reinforced, they hold slowly approaching in Infantry 2, very good. And they're pushing northwards. But overall seems to remain around here, though that seems to be rapidly changing again. As meanwhile, Refero's lining up for another assault. And we got the CoH2 shot here from Refero. I was about to say Angreifen, but that's not true. Going to do the rest of the T-34 from the 6. Halfway to Veterans E1. Panzer IV versus Conscript. No pin machine being added to that one. And go Pack 40 to repulse the T-34 from the 6, pushing it down to half health. Refero's infantry a bit too slow to keep pace there with the tank. And we got the Panzer IV charging here. They need to be careful, though he could easily extend it versus Refero and decides to disengage before he does risk anything. Still self and Angreifen, and there you go. Gets a country what we think up north here, or is it in the south? Always someone died. Which is helpful there for Angreifen. That's good for Refero. If you at least it popped, you know, rapid inscription, probably could have avoided that loss. Instead, he now has to train a new Counterattack here to make up for the gaps in his front line. Angreifen still flooding out of manpower. Really should consider fuel cache there versus his opponent. Faster the better, I'd say. And there you go. Panzer IV strikes with the T-70. Veteran 2 there, slowly approaching the ace level. But looks like the only thing he'll be approaching now is an early grave as the Panzer IV goes for it. There you go. Nice little win. Then we got Contra trying to rush with anti-tank grenades, but decide to break it up there. I'll break it off. So Refero's now suffered 2 losses of some note there in a short amount of time. Contra scored and the T-70. Definitely good there for Angreifen, who's actually going straight ahead for Tier 4. I mean, he's planning to go straight for Tier 4 now. He definitely is going to need fuel caches because he's not getting enough fuel, I think, consistently enough otherwise to support that at the moment. He particularly wants like something like a Panther Storm Panzer, so a fuel cache is definitely going to be necessary for Angreifen. Push here, note he's not splitting out his force, and say he gets caught by Maxim, it's not going to be the end of the world there. T-34 engaging, 7 kills, close to Veterans E1. Constantly got the Pack 4 saying northwards as well to repulse that move, and we got the CoH2 also sweeping northwards here. There we go, Pack spotted and flanked here by the T-34 6, so he's caught off guard. And there you go, CoH2 joining us, so he's not going to try and take out the Pack 4s, anticipating the route. And close one there, need to get the Panzer 4s up. Panzer there taking hits, Panzer 4 moving forward, Pack 40 wiped out here, and Panzer there backing up the Panzer 4 versus the Conscript. But they do suffer quite a bit there in the process. Oh, another nice hit on the Conscript by the Panzer 4, almost wiping them out. Very nice work there. Going to be sending northwards, 74-2, or Panzer 4 backing up here, back here, healing reinforcement. HQ armor there for Refero. Clearly worried about any armor there, and we got the heavy Panzer caught up as well for Angreifen. But again, he lacks the fuel, I think, to sort of get anything out of it anytime soon. So again, fuel caches could be very helpful. In particular, since it looks like he's about to lose his fuel point again. Up north here, field gun Max from the under fire here. And he's trying to push forward, but they're not having much success. Pack 40 setting up there. Missed one is, the other one is a bit further behind. There you go, Pack shoots and spectacularly misses the T-34 6 line here. Refero to disengage swiftly. Back here, Pioneers need reinforcement. But again, he's got plenty of manpower. Really feel like fuel cache would be a great investment here for Angreifen. We got Incendiary Artillery called in here on Angreifen. Oh, trying to push back the Packs. Cheeky. Also, when close his own demo charge here with the T-34 6 could prove to be a bit risky if he's not careful. If that gets it off by some sort of AoE weapon, I mean, that could dispel the end of the T-34 6, or at least a very, very bad time. Panzer there continuing southwards for T2, 9 kills, very good, very good. Fixing up the Panzer IV. Contra Crusade for the mortar, 2 kills. Panzergrenadier here, slowly moving about, setting out an ambush there by the sandbags. Very good. Still Angreifen there is flooding manpower, and he's always struggling there maintaining map control. He's down to 222 versus Refero's 455. Definitely think needs to be a switch there in strategy from Angreifen and tactics to have a better chance of winning this. I mean, it's not impossible now, but he probably would have a much better chance if he switched up something there. There we go, Panzer with Pioneer support, push back the Counterattack there, or Panzergrenadiers by the point they're trying to hide up and somewhere else, but there you go, T-Fed Force and 6 moving in and forcing a swift retreat there. And what is this? We got some Pioneers thinking about here. Seems like the big stuff's happening here in the south. There's some Katyusha fire raining down. Far north point here being seized. On this move for the point. We got an issue 5 nearby, and that's about it. That's not going to stop the Grenadiers for sure. Not unless Angreifen for some reason decides to run them directly under the tank destroyer. I mean, his own men. In which case, it could perhaps become a bit threatening. Still, close to 1,000 manpower here. He might again want to spend some of that manpower. Again, fuel caches would be an excellent investment. It would be an amazing one. MT-42 is the maximum by the southern fuel point. Counterattacking the north through the conscript, bringing in the lone Grenadiers. So there's nothing else nearby to support them, which is a bit unfortunate. In the south here we've got the Panther going with the T-Fed Force 6, landing up a nice hit. Closing in on eventually ever steadily. Conscript pushing back the Grenadiers and more sandbags there for Refero. Back here, slowly approaching something besides the Panzerwerfer. Still here, flooding a lot of manpower. Might be there's a bit of indecision there with Angreifen. A lack of clarity as to his next move. So we'll have to see where that one goes. But there you go. Constantly they're backed up with the EC5 tanks, so only see that whole thing collapse in the face of the Panzer Grenadier. Grenadier setting out. So one point being seized, Panzer 4 being fixed up there again. And there you go, T-Fed 4 moving to the centre. But there you go, pack borders this time around. We're waiting. Nice hit there. Imagine we lay down a Regal mine around there. That would have been fun. For Angreifen, is not for Refero. That would have been horrid. 179 versus 155. There definitely needs to be a switch there, increasing. I mean, Angreifen is steadily bleeding out there against Refero. And he's got a lot of manpower, which is definitely a bit awkward. More Katyusha fire there. T-Fed 4 engineers pushing against this forces here. Got one pack cleared out by the looks of it. Mortars holding out for now. Panther 4 moving up. There you go, Pack 40 Johnson as well. The T-Fed Force from 6 at half health. Pack 40 is slowly approaching Richmond 2. Almost got it there, almost, but not quite. Looking to destroy the Pack 44 falls into the hands of Angreifen again. He's sending in his Pioneers as swiftly as he can. And, oh, close one there, but he managed it. Just in time. Damn close. Meanwhile, Refero is committing to more T-Fed Force from 6s. No sign of the KU-1 heavy tank there for him. And we got smoke bombs off Angreifen. Interesting. I'm guessing he wants to try and run over the conscripts while avoiding getting hit there with the anti-tank gun. While one used to close in on something else. Oh, it takes a hit from an anti-tank, but he still crashes half the unit with the Panther 4. Nice work there, and we are finally seeing something happening with the manpower, but looks like I'm not entirely sure what still it is. Could just be reinforcements, I guess, but still, he definitely needs to spend some of that manpower. That's definitely not healthy, particularly again when you're actually the one that's on a bit on the with the shorter end of the stick here. Otherwise, so there definitely needs to be some manpower usage soon. Caches, more infantry, support weapons, who knows, but there definitely needs to be something there, and seems to be another larger manpower drop. I'm not entirely sure where it's going. Nothing's being made here. Nothing is being upgraded either. More to the conscript, need to fall back soon. In the south we got the Panther moving about here, Veteran T2. close quarters Katyusha barrage here from Refero in an attempt to wipe out the Pentagondiers. Close one there, but didn't quite pay off. Oh, it was a nice attempt there. And then managed to place the machine gun right in front of the T-54. That's just disastrous there. Absolutely disastrous. But he's closer to the Panther. He's got the fuel. He's got the manpower. And should definitely be going for that now. And there you go. Panzerkampfwagen from below here for Angreifen the Groß Deutschland. And he's building a fuel carriage now. Very good. Very good. Just took him very long to get that going. Could have definitely had that out as soon as he could also had a Panther out sooner. Gundies moving ahead here, light machine guns blazing at the conscripts. Panther 4 there, Veteran 2 Barley, 16 kills. Continuing the advance for the centre there, we are at 135 versus 455 still. There we go, Panther 5, Panther 40 there opening out on the T-34, 6, Panther 4 finding carrying fire here for the Gundies, but they're forced away nonetheless. We got 19 kills in the Panther 4. Pioneers in a bit of a tricky spot, but there you go. Conscripts routed. In the north here, very good by Refero. Panther's almost done. Refero does seems a bit passive. Could try and launch some more flank attacks here on Angreifen, rather than just sort of slowly back and forth here, which only gives Angreifen more and more time to build something up and then push back against Refero. Smoking down Panther towards the T-54 direct hit here. Panther there should be able to spot the demo charge. Not entirely sure what he's doing. Otherwise, Pioneers from wipe. There's a bit of a blow there to Angreifen. Panther is moving forward here for the German army. And we got Veggie 2 on the Pack 40. Very nice. Very nice. That's nice. It's getting flanked here. But there you go. Another Pack 40 carrying that flank. Panther's moving northwards. Fighting for the sun fuel point. He's easily halted there by Refero. And up north, Panther's going for the T-54 6. A swift strike with the Panzerkampfwagen front, bring up more Pioneers in the process. And there you go. T-54 blown apart. Nice work there by Angreifen, but he's still 122 versus his opponent's 455. He definitely needs to work on that soon. Refero bringing up more T-34s and 6s in response to the loss.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Now he's reinforcing. Both Panther and Panther 4 high need repairs. Angreifen is quick to get to work on that. Up north, MD-40 pushing a few points, stopping up the counter support there. You might want to use incendiary pistol to increase the damage. And what is this? Smoke bombs again. Nice work there. Catches both the max and the field gun with it. Up north here, MG42 push back by Panther flanking in. And there you go, another T-34 out. Panther's fixed up again here for Angreifen. How long until he gets it moving again? Oh, there we go. Panther's on the move here. One's almost taken out by the Panzer Grenadiers.
Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
The South Grenadiers with some Maxims and field guns. Panzer Grenadiers pushing ahead. East little Grenadiers though being slowly overwhelmed here by Refero's assault. No rapid conscription there though. North Panther versus the T-54 from 6. Panther should have the upper hand, though the A-85 could change that. There you go, another Panther. Panther 4 is backing up in the south though. Angreifen's front is once more collapsing. Like a house of cards. Or Kevin Spacey's career. Panther 4 they're about to get out, need to quickly get moving. Panther immediately under fire here from Refero's rocket artillery. Not likely because he's hoping he's going to do any damage to it, but you know, likely hoping to delay the repairs, or maybe wipe some Pioneers repairing it. Troops are healing and forcing in the south there, but that is of course firing at it. Specifically was just hoping to hit something, but we'll see. Anyways, comes moving up behind the flank and then before we got the Panther 4 nearby. 20 kills for das Vaterland. 100 points left for Angreifen. There definitely needs to be something happening soon here, something big. Because otherwise he is not looking like he's going to be winning. We got an ace level T-54 versus Angreifen's Panther 4. Could do with some infantry support here. And most has got a bit of light artillery. One there you go. Let's move southwards. Pack 40 remaining here. Panther being fixed up. Panther's joining up that one. Panther will take that hit here from the Sis-3 field gun. Need to pull it out. Routed, and we got an incendiary artillery barrage here off versus Angreifen. Right to defend on the victory point here. 80 versus 455. And mines completed up north here. Very good. Going for the centre victory point, but he's hauled here by Conscripts on the Maxim. Can't grab the point here because of the incendiary artillery. Refero is basically doing anything he can to stall Angreifen, preventing from grabbing the victory points. Good work there. Very good work. There you go. Double pack 40. Oh! Never mind, they're pointing in the wrong direction, allowing the T-Fed Force from 6 to easily escape. We got the Panther on pursuit here. Got a nice hit there, but of course need to be careful not to hit any mines. Panther takes a direct hit, but easily deflects it.
The enemy has only 50 points remaining.
50 points left for Angreifen. This is not looking good. Angreifen could definitely stand to work about his tactics. We've got kinetic kits up on the Grenadiers. Grenadiers up as the Conscripts moving forward. Submachine guns blazing away. And in the centre we've got a smoke off here. Panther moving ahead here. Here's Angreifen laying down the smoke to help cover up the Panther's advance. Not bad. Going for the H5 tanks first. So far no shots have managed to damage it. Another miss as well. That is really some bad luck there for Angreifen. Of course the Katyusha moves right quickly coming out of the target set for the Panther. There we go, he gets, but there you go, T-54 flanking, ramming the Panther from the other T-54 moving up. Panther 4 moving in there. Panther half health, but also half hit 22. We got a smoking down here. Looking pretty grim here. We got Pack 4 coming up. There's not enough infantry. Ace T-54, the boy, was the one he used to do that. Panther there is covered in smoke. They might have a chance of getting out there. Nice use of the smoke barrage here. Pack 4 getting wiped out. Panther goes nearby, laying down deadly fire against any nearby infantry. 16 kills. Damage engine the Panther 4. Panther the rest of the event situation 5. He's about to lose the Panther. Conscripts continue to hurl themselves at the Panther and it's almost be annihilated. And there you go. Panther gains 52 and is then blown apart. Panther is almost being annihilated. An absolutely brutal melee in the centre. Another hit then the Panther 4 from the H-5, which is steadily approaching Mercenary Fleet. Pack cleared out there, denied the Russians. But he's still at it. Now 25 points versus opponent's 455. Good God. Another Panther 4 on the way. They've Angreifen. He hasn't his resources for anything else, but he needs to work hard to get back here into this. And finally, I'm got the confidence from Soul Sarge. Got the Indy 4 to this person. One squad. Panther 4 moving up very close to the ace level here. Mortar firing down as well. There you go. White on Refero's country's down to just 2. No rapid conscription used to, maybe sort of absorb some of these losses he could have suffered there. Panther 4 managed to escape behind the ruins of an old wooden house, and there you go. Machine gun taken out here by Refero's conscripts. Sheer brutality as the centre just becomes a slaughterhouse. Another T-Fed force from 6 on the way there for Refero. No KU-1 heavy tanks. Maximuming up there, but getting hit here by Grenadier fire. And Panther fire could also take some hits from the mortar. Conscript charging in. There you go. Heavy machine gun fire there, slowly exterminating the Maximum crew and Panther the conscripts. There you go. Got the Max. A bit unfortunate there for Refero. Might be getting a bit too confident here with the how low Angreifen's victory points are. Could cause some players, just completely blow any long-term thinking. This is just focus on the short-term games, no matter how destructive they are to themselves. Panzer's then reinforcing. We got another MD-42 on the way there for Angreifen to replace the one he lost. Already managed to nab one from Angreifen. Panzer 4 there with a damaged engine. Not good. 436 versus 25. Machine gun moving up. So he's got that one in action there. Loses one. Panther 4 gets the T-Fed force. The T-Fed force on 6. Pack 40 goes down to the incendiary artillery. Bit of damage in the T-Fed 4. There he goes. He's going to ram the ace. Panther 4 and takes it out. Oh, the sheer brutality on display here. A sea of fire and so many tanks destroyed. I mean, this just leaves Angreifen with only one really serious advantage now. That's the number of infantry squads he has compared with Refero, because he's going to have to recruit the Pack 40 to have any chance against the Refero. It's increasing tank fleet. Pioneers rising from the north here. Issue 5 in a futile effort because they're trying to snipe them. In the centre, Maximus of Conscript, and there you go. Got something. Oh, he destroyed the T-54 was abandoned, yeah. Oh, not abandoned, but immobilised. Pack 4 is being hauled north to back up the troops there. Probably also trying to deal with the Issue 5. 425. One versus 25. Now the T-55 right there. Mortar routed as well. This is using a bit more die here for Refero. Finally sending his troops to the south here to recapture the territories there. Very good move. Gun M4 to defend the pure point there. Our victory point there makes a bunch of sense. You can't really afford to lose any now. Next, I'm covering the centre. Mortar into the far away there. We got 3 kills. Slowly approaching veteran 3 on that one. Panzer is moving about. Team machine gun sending about as well. But it's skirmishing up north here as the T-34 engages the Pioneers and sends them packing back to Germany. Ooh. Explosion there. And there you go, T-34-6 out. Giving that for their numerous armoured elements versus Angreifen's absolutely none. I'm guessing he's going to go for another Panther here to have a better chance against finding the T-34-6s. Healing reinforcement. No, he can't. He goes for the Panther one instead. I mean, that also works. It starting to look like he's going to go for the Panther. Ooh, hits a man and the Panther's almost wiped out too. That's brutal. Smoking off in the centre, helps to cover up any push there by a Refero. Very nice. That is that Refero there. 15 kills in the ace vets level Panzer Grenadiers there. Mortar moving up, Grenadiers moving in here. 25 versus 386, 385. Mortar firing off. Smoking again there on the mortars and grenadiers. Interesting move there by Refero. Back here, troops sending in forcing. Panther 4 sending out. T-54 is out in here in the south. Machine about to get hit here by Refero's T-54-6, perhaps a bit unwittingly. Panther 4 sending southwards. Push it. Angreifen sneaks out. And we go ace. Mortar through there for Refero. And secures a kill there on the southern T-34 with the Panther 4. Very nice, and didn't even suffer any damage to the Panzer 4. Very nice work, very nice work. But he needs armor support again in the north as Refero's T-34-6 there is causing quite a pain there for Angreifen forces. Noting that Refero is not replacing the losses, he's not trying to go for any rapid conscription yet, to at least help alleviate that issue that way. Definitely feels like a bit of an oversight there. And another Katyusha for Refero. Bit of firing around the centre. Great to deal with the issue on the Panzer 4. Closing on the ace level. There you go, Pack 4 to the rescue. More smoke from the centre. Refero's using a lot of smoke increasingly, which is nice to see. They could use, I think, a bit more active to support his attacks better here versus Angreifen. So far she's using it to grab mostly, at least mostly she's using to grab the centre victory point. But there you go, Angreifen with a large gun defense, Panzer going in there, Pack 4 nearby, Panzer 4 in need of repairs and is receiving it. Plenty of Panthers there down in the T-Fed forces looking to see attacks with the Pack 40s. Gonna need some bit of trouble with all the constant units and whatnot. And there you go, rapid conscription again here for Refero. Rather late to the game, but he's still trying here. Very good, very good. Fresh conscript there arriving, very good. Though again, could have done with that sooner. Up north here we got Paxwell in for the H5. Panthers are going for the Katyusha rocket launcher. They could through to take it out. It has very light armor. Tunisia wiped out. Quite a blow there to Refero and the Red Army. 358 versus 14 for Angreifen. And he's about to lose that T-3476 here to Angreifen. Continue fighting incentive with Grenadiers and such, duking out there. Weapon picked up here by the Grenadiers and Conscript routed. And there you go, T-3476 down, leading Refero just with Katyusha and Nation 5, though again, with rapid conscription able to replenish his losses, getting up back to 4 infantry squads, though he probably should have done that sooner. Although it should have a bit versus Angreifen. But Angreifen is, in terms of resources, pretty close here to another tank. That could give Refero an additional hard time. Pack 5, most of them about to get wiped out. Panzer streaming through the south, and glorious explosions and casualties. The stop here at 14 versus Refero is now dripping points. He's down to 339. 36. Angreifen can maybe stand to lay down some mines or something else to help you defend some more of these points. Bit of quiet here. We got 14 versus 327. Wonder what Angreifen is planning here versus Refero. Quick sandbags here. The one undergraded Grenadier squad engaging that comes there by the northern cut-off point. Light machines joining in. The 48 kills, Panzers in the centre. Throwing off a bunker against the conscripts. Oh! And he gets a white. Nice throw there by Angreifen. Quite a blow there to Refero, who is back to them being shot in infantry versus opponent, as Angreifen leads another assault to Deutschland. Flamefighter getting the Panzers got casualties. They're being inflicted by the Katyusha Grenadier squad, dropping its light machine, and that's unfortunate. Panzer all arriving to the scene to assist. We got 14 versus 220 on 99. Mostly 5 destroyer fire here from the ace level tank destroyer crew. Very nice. For whatever that is for Angreifen, that's obviously pretty horrid. Another T-Fed force for Refero. Maxim just blazing away. Going to the point here, and the South machine gun on watch as well. So what is Angreifen planning next? Another Panther, Sturmpanzer, Panzerwerfers, just more Panzer IV. So a few options there for Angreifen here versus Refero. We'll never see what it ends up with. Oh, machine gun routed here by conscript push there. Outside his machine gun there, which is not a good move even this into the game. And there you go, H-Labus the Pack 40s. Most of the miss, and there you go, hitting the dirty to try and buy more time to get the Pack 40s. Oh, the excellent move to Katyusha too far ahead. Looks like a mistake. It looks like a big mistake. It's going to get Panzer first. And gets taken out by Pack 40. Big blow there to Refero. Big blow. That was clearly a misclick of some sort, or could have been some sort of input delay resulting occasion in the order going elsewhere. And with this, the Refero's spirit is broken. Without his rocket artillery, Angreifen wins a brutal victory here for the fatherland with heavy casualties on both sides. And then, though Angreifen persevered, there are definitely some issues with the strategy, I think. Again, at times slowing too much manpower, and at times also not flanking his opponent very hard. I think getting Refero more time, though. As the game went on, there was Refero's time to then just not be very good at handling the map. At times just making these not very efficient meet ground actions versus Angreifen, which Angreifen was able to deflect, and that way sort of slowly build up a larger force here than Refero. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell your friends, tell your family, but don't tell your enemies. This is Imperial Danger and cheers. Thank you for watching. You all are a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.